within the next few years, I think states would actually be more likely, Texas in particular, to pass something sooner than that, because states tend to be more nimble.
So transitioning from FASB to other tax, I guess more from the transitioning from the accounting to the IRS side of things, de minimis exemptions is something that I think has plagued the lack of a de minimis exemption has plagued the industry since its inception. Do you think that is possible in the next few years, where we could see like a foreign currency style a de minimis exemption for digital asset commodities like Bitcoin? I'm sure they won't do one for digital asset securities, or maybe they will. Unlikely. I think digital asset commodities probably have a better chance of getting a de minimis exemption. So is that something where you see that Patrick McHenry's market structure bill needs to be passed before we would get a de minimis exemption? Or what's the latest on that topic?
Yeah, so I think it's possible that we could see something passed at the federal level. I think, well, sorry, within the next few years, I think states would actually be more likely, Texas in particular, to pass something sooner than that, because states tend to be more nimble.
So help me understand. I thought this was only a federal issue. Can states affect de minimis tax
Well, you
topics?
probably need to discuss that with some lawyers before I can answer that, because the rights between the states and the government, the federal government, on whether these assets are considered money essentially, and whether de minimis rules would apply, is one issue. But yeah, I guess specific to tax, this would be a federal IRS
So I
tax
guess what
issue.
you're saying is,
Yeah.
if a state deemed a digital asset commodity to be money, then it would fall under existing federal guidelines, that it would then be included in de minimis tax rules, and therefore there would be no federal change needed if a state. Now, the constitutional question then comes up, is I think that's what you're saying, is there's a constitutional question about whether a state can determine that an asset is money or not.
Yeah, there's certainly the constitutional issue. That's more, what I was hinting at. But states also have their own tax regimes. Texas doesn't have an individual tax. We have a franchise and many other types of taxes, but almost every other state does have a state income tax, and they're able to pass their own rules on whether they consider something to be treated the same as federal treatment, or if they have their own more specific state rules. And there's many variations of that. So digital assets in particular, a state could have a de minimis rule, for a personal individual income tax rule, or even like a corporate level tax rule. So states still have the flexibility in having their own modifications on their own tax law.
Hey y'all, Lee Bratcher here with the Texas Blockchain Council. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. It really does help other people find us. If you like this content, check out the Texas Blockchain Council YouTube channel, as well as following us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.